Hi, we are the Finance Trigger, and today we're going to reveal to you how to become a billionaire by saving only $10 per day. That's right, only $10. Is it really possible? This awesome system is adapted to every type of currency and for every country. It is not a fake trick, so stay tuned with us until the end of this video to understand more about this concept. If you ask already to somebody how you can create a prosperous life and become wealthy, most people will tell you to work hard to make it visible. The sooner you understand it, the better you can change and unlock your full potential. You will never get rich by working for other people as an employee. You will find yourself constrained and burn out by making other people rich, and in this case, your boss. After a lifetime of hard work, you will end up with around $200,000 of earnings if you're lucky. But even if you're a lucky employee, you're still far away to become a billionaire. Do you also know that something is working against you? What is it? It's called inflation. Inflation is our worst enemy, and we need to beat it hard. The average annual inflation rate is 2%. It means your $200,000 will be around 2% less valuable each year. Do you want your money to sit there and do nothing for you? If you're doing nothing to create more wealth, your money will lose a lot of value in the next 60 years. From this point of view, we need to fight against our immoral enemy, inflation. We need to understand how to move money around or somewhere to make even more money. Moving your money around will help to maintain your wealth even after a long period of time. Another thing to keep in mind is the concept of time. We always heard that time is money. Yes, it's right. The sooner you start with this concept and grasp the core idea of it, the sooner you will become rich. We have no magic formula for you. If you're looking for a quick strategy to become rich in a short time, I'm sorry to say, but this doesn't exist. Forget about those scammers that tell you you can become rich overnight. You need to have the right strategy and dedication to become the billionaire you always wanted. Let's jump into this method. Our system is based on 2 pillars. The first pillar is saving as less as $10 per day. It seems silly to think about it, but most people will be spending this money anyway. Spend money on things you need, but don't waste your money on small things that are not necessary for your life. You should always think if you really need to spend that money. Sit down for 5 minutes and think about what you really need during the day. Warren Buffett is one of the richest men on the planet. Did you know Warren Buffett lives in a modest house he bought a long time ago? When people are asking to him about why he's not moving to a luxurious house, he simply replies, "Why should I move? I'm happy living here." Be as frugal as Buffett. Follow Warren Buffett rule number 1. Don't lose money. The second aspect is investing. Investing in assets and stocks is moving your money into the right direction to create more wealth and a prosperous life. Move your money from your bank and you will beat inflation. You need to invest your money to make your money work for you. How are we going to invest? Let's talk about the stock market. Maybe you don't know how to invest on the stock market, or you probably don't know how to pick stocks and may think it's too complicated for you. That's why you can become the lazy investor and choose to invest in index funds. An index is a group of stocks and companies that are on the top. You can decide to invest in top 10, 50 or 500 companies of a chosen country. Investing in an index is investing in the performance of companies that have been chosen to be listed as best performers by its index. The S&P 500 is compounded by the most important companies from the United States and is one of the oldest indexes of the world. The S&P 500 has been created in 1923 and has been growing since its beginning. You have some downwards annual results, but year-over-year results are usually going upwards. An average annual return for the S&P 500 is 8%, which beats the annual inflation rate of 2%. You also have another big index called the MSCI World Index that represents the greatest companies worldwide. As you are now aware of those indexes, how can you invest in the S&P 500 and MSCI World Index? You have 2 ways to do that. You can buy an ETF or go to an index fund, depending on which country you are. ETFs replicate the behavior of the index and have shown similar patterns and performance. The largest ETF known as today is Vanguard 500. It depends on your location and region, but you should talk to your broker or an investment firm in your region to know more about it. and how to invest in an index fund or ETF. Be aware of commissions you will be charged when you compare brokers, banks, or online investment groups. Fees can really destroy your long-term capital gains. You should understand the grandiosity of compound interest and how it works. Albert Einstein already knew the power it has. He once said,
"Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it, earns it, he who doesn't, pays it."
Let's see an example of how it works. Imagine you start saving your $10 per day. It means that after a month you have $300, and after a year $3,600. After 10 years, $36,000, and after 50 years, $180,000. Now let's see what happens if you invest your $3,600 per year on an index fund that gives you 8% average each year with compound interests. $3,600 times 8% equal $288 in profit for the first year. Your first year end result is $3,888. Now the great secret of compound interest is that the second year is not applied on the initial $3,600 you deposited, but on the first year end result, or $3,888. If we calculate the result after 50 years, you will have $2,234,480.37. That's a big difference. Now, after seeing those numbers, you should always be aware of downwards and upwards in the markets. Sometimes the annual growth is more than 8%, and sometimes it is less. Our recommendation is that you should never invest more than you can. Don't be greedy. Save as little as $10 as long as you can. Buying and holding assets is always a great strategy on the long term. If the stock market falls, look at the historical data of the stock market and you will gain confidence of reinvesting at a great discount. You should cultivate the art of patience. Be disciplined and stay calm under any kind of circumstances. Don't look at the tendency of the market each day. You shouldn't pay attention more than a couple of times in a year. As always, this video was made for educational and financial purposes and should not be regarded as financial advice. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, hit like, subscribe and activate the bell button to receive a notification with more videos like this one. Hasta pronto.